talking on the cell phone, texting on the phone, eating, drinking, swatting at the kids in the back seat. All of those events take our eyes and minds off of the main task of driving, which is to get from point A to point B safely. Distractions can be costly and devastating. Welcome to Lifeword's Day by Day. It's Worldview Wednesday here, where we are thinking about a Christian worldview of marriage. Paul's aim in the text of 1 Corinthians chapter 7 is to minimize and remove distractions from the lives of those people in the church at Corinth, particularly virgins. As happens frequently in our day, so too in that day, that the church in Corinth had become distracted. Their worldview of earthly goods and human relationships and conveniences and even spiritual realities had taken on an unhealthy, unbiblical slant. Much like when we go to the movies because of the popcorn, forgetting that the movie is the main event, not the popcorn, so too have some in Corinth either elevated marriage to a place where it didn't belong, or some had devalued it altogether, removing any good from it at all. There were two philosophies in play in Corinth at that time. One of them was asceticism, which said that you need to deprive yourself of the physical in order to heighten your spiritual status. The other philosophy was Gnosticism, which says that all that really matters is the spiritual, and it doesn't matter what you do with your physical body. It appears that both of those mindsets were in play in the culture and had crept into the church. So you had some saying, sex with a prostitute? Who cares? We were made sexual beings, so we should exercise that ability when the desire hits us. It's no big deal. It's only a physical action that satisfies a physical urge, has no bearing on your spiritual life. I can separate the physical from the spiritual. And then you had others saying, sex? How earthly and non-spiritual. We shall refrain, and we shall teach others to refrain as well, especially the virgins, that they wouldn't even pursue it, and that they would elevate their spiritual value and status. But Paul leads us down a different path. Would you guess that it was a gospel path, giving us a metric by which to evaluate singleness and marriage and all things so that we would avoid distractions? Here's what Paul tells us, that we should shift our focus from being on present world experiences to the eternal reign of Christ. Why should we do that? Because your life is not defined, nor is it satisfied by temporal experiences, but by the eternal reign of Christ. And since my life is not defined or satisfied by those temporal experiences, but by the eternal reign of Christ, then I need to shift my focus from fading realities to forever joys. When you pray today, please remember Harrison Oriana and his family, our Changemaker missionaries in Peru. And also remember the Arabic Lifeword broadcast that's heard in Australia, Canada, the United States, and the Middle East.